Winter is coming and the temperatures are dropping. And it was 28 years ago, I remember, a particularly bitter winter when a new Labour government in 1997 with Deputy Prime Minister John Prescott opened up Admiralty House to met 60 young people to serve as a winter shelter. That was a symbolic but powerful symbol of the change that came from that government. At the time, I remember a certain Conservative MP, Crispin Blunt, was not very happy with this scheme because he said that it would reduce a historic building to a flagship for undesirables. That is the difference between a Labour government and a Conservative government, I have to say. And what happened in subsequent years was that homelessness was indeed slashed by a Labour government. Sadly, the last 14 years under the Conservatives, it rose again. Now, thankfully, this government is investing £1 billion this year in the pursuit of ending homelessness and rough sleeping. I'm pleased that this winter in particular, we've been topping up that with a further £84 million cash boost. But I wanted to talk a bit about what can work. And in Rochdale, we're seeing the tangible results of what happens when you have sustained investment and a relentless focus. By combining early intervention schemes, investment in temporary accommodation options that actually get people back on their feet, and building better sustainable pathways out of homelessness, Rochdale Council has seen a 79% reduction in B&B placements compared to November 2024. That's the difference a Labour council can make when it's working with a Labour government. I'd like to pay particular tribute to Hannah Courtney-Adamson and her team at Rochdale Council for all their work in this area. But of course, there is also lots of people on the ground in charities who make such a difference too. Charities like the Army of Kindness in Rochdale, Petrus, Sanctuary Trust and Angie's Angels, who do fabulous work with people who've fallen on hard times through no fault of their own. The provision of affordable housing is also not keeping pace with demand. In Rochdale, over 7,000 households are on the housing register, and we have almost 1,500 live homelessness cases. That's precisely why we need to build more homes for rent, and the £39 billion we're investing in affordable and social homes is ultimately the only way out of this crisis. In the meantime, the private rented sector is often the only option, but rising rent prices and cruel Section 21 evictions, cited by Rochdale Council as the main cause of homelessness, make the private rented sector impossible for many. That's why I was so proud this government has abolished those Section 21 evictions. Finally, I'd like to say something a bit about veterans and our need to tackle homelessness amongst veterans. It should be a source of national shame that those who served our nation cannot find a home or find a safety net filled with holes when they end up on the streets. In Rochdale, we're proud of our support network for veterans, and I'm pleased the council is renovating Deanhurst House, a Victorian manor house, and turning it into 5 new apartments for veterans. I pay tribute to Get Together After Serving as well for every bit of work they do in this area. Finally, as I say, the people of Rochdale really care about fellow Rochdalians who fall on hard times and have no roof over their heads. As a government, we'll be judged by how quickly we tackle this crisis, not just at winter, but all year round.